Tony Bennett. He'll be singing in just a few moments, but first we have a chance to talk with him for a few moments. It's a great pleasure to have you here.
Great to see you.
Did you begin to feel, when they talk about 40 years and putting all that together, do you begin to feel venerable, that you're beginning to get respected for how long you've been doing it, as much as anything?
Yeah, you know, it reminds, I think, everyone of the fact that there's something to say about longevity, you know, the fact that you can sustain through those years is pretty wonderful, you know, and go through all the different fads and fashions and still survive.
91 albums.
Right. With the greatest musicians in America, really, the greatest.
Takes a whole shelf just for the Tony Bennett records.
Yeah.
91, and yet you haven't tapered off much at all. You're still doing a lot of performances each year.
Yes, I do 200 dates a year all over the world.
Why not take it a little easier, Tony?
Well, I have my hero is George Burns. You know, I believe if you're creative, you know, you should really keep going. And
about 60 years, you'll be his age.
Yeah. Well, he's a lucky guy.
Yeah.
I wish I could sustain that long. He's magnificent.
But seriously, why don't you taper off a little bit? Or do you just love doing it?
I like doing it, and I also paint, and so that I paint and I sing and I paint and I sing, and I stay in a nice creative feeling. My finger's right on the pulse. I think that's why I really like it. I don't step away and say, I better brush up and get in shape again.
When did it really hit for you? What was the time that you really knew this was going to work, this whole career was going to be successful?
It was the first concert I ever gave in my life was at Carnegie Hall in 1962. And
starting big.
Yeah, it was started right on top. You know, after many years of not, you know, there were a good 7 years where I was really auditioning and getting turned down for 7 years, studying at the American Theater Wing. I was in the infantry in the Second World War, and I came under the GI Bill of Rights. I joined the American Theater Wing and took many auditions and got turned down an awful lot. But then, after many years, beside Bob Hope discovering me and Pearl Bailey getting me going, it was the Carnegie Hall concert at...
that night?
Yeah, that night.
You knew it was going to be, from here on in, this is going to work.
Well, I still don't know if it's going to work. I mean, you know, you never really know. You get the butterflies before each performance and all that, but it just felt right. You know, after that, we just said, well, we have something going here.
People who see you in concert, when I've seen you sing, how much of it is spontaneous?
A lot of times it changes a lot because I have the Ralph Sharon Trio, and they're all great jazz artists, each one, so that they catch the moment. You know, whatever the atmosphere is, that's how they play at that particular moment. And if we have to do the inhuman thing of doing 2 shows in one night, we might do the same songs, but they come out completely different every night.
Also amazing that you normally, I've seen you in pretty big halls, put the microphone aside and just sing to the audience.
Well, you know...
You like doing that?
Well, you know how I learned that? That's a good story I think I'd like to tell you. Is years ago, the New York cab drivers were great philosophers. You know, this was before the current guys. And they were all hometown New Yorkers. And they all, as they'd ride you around from one place to another, they'd give you a bit of their philosophy. So when they knew that I was a pop singer, they'd say, oh, you pop singers, you use that microphone. He said, in my day, this was years ago, they would tell me, they said, like Al Jolson or Eddie Cantor, they'd hit the back of the wall with their voice. Those were the real singers. So I said, let me try it. And one night I tried it, and the audience loves it. I do one song without the microphone.
Going to sing for us?
Okay, I'd love to.
That's super. It'd be terrific.
Okay.
Thank you. We're going to take a commercial break. When we continue, a performance from Tony Bennett and company. And now here is Tony Bennett.
Oh, the good life, full of fun, seems to be the ideal. The good life, it makes you hide all the sadness you feel. You won't really fall in love, or you can't take the chance. So just be honest with yourself. Don't try to fake romance, yes, the good life, to be free and explore the unknown. Just like the heartache, when you learn you must face life alone. So just remember that I still want you, in case you wonder why. Well, just wake up, kiss the good life goodbye. That Johnny Mercer song. 'Cause I want to be around to pick up the pieces when somebody breaks your heart. Somebody twice as smart as I. Somebody who would swear to be true like you used to do with me. Who'll leave you to learn misery loves company. Wait and see. I want to be around to see how it does it when it breaks your heart to bits. Let's see if that puzzle really fits so fine. That's when I'll discover that revenge is sweet. As I sit there applauding from a front row seat, somebody breaks your heart just like you broke mine. Somebody breaks your heart like you broke mine. Oh, yeah. Thank you. When I come home to you, San Francisco, your golden sun